And I think that that's really another thing that's difficult is when you do lose weight, such a significant amount of weight, it feels like you're under the spotlight.
To sustain it and
Yeah,
keep
you
it
have to,
going.
right? Because for me, I look at it as like that's gonna be a public failure to me. I know that may not sound great, but to me, that's how I look at it.
Welcome back to Bariatric Past, where we have real conversations about weight loss, the bariatric journey, and the mindset shifts that come with it. If you're new here, I'm Jatoya, and this space is for people navigating any weight loss journey in real life. Let's get into today's episode.
So, what surprised you the most about your emotions after surgery? The part that no one could have prepared you for?
The elation, like I was literally so excited. And the gratitude, like I just felt so grateful in that moment. All the moments after surgery, every time I look at myself, I feel a sense of gratitude for just being, because hearing no, hearing yes, you're going to get this, and then hearing no, and then hearing yes again, I was on an emotional roller coaster. Honestly, I'm not going to say it has taken, because when we spoke before, I said, yeah, sometimes I still see myself as a 305-pound girl. I don't see myself that way anymore. And you would think like, okay, well, it was only it was a little less than 8 pounds, but that
Really
8 pounds made such a huge, drastic difference. It changed everything
because it's
about
the skin. It was really
yeah.
like the skin, because you could lose 8 pounds, but if you still have that skin, you still feel big.
Yeah, my confidence level went up, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like I feel good. I feel like I look like I felt. You know what I'm saying? It actually finally matched, and I was just like, okay, I feel good, and now I look good. And it has just been an amazing thing. And my clothes, even though I'm in like the same size clothes, they just fit so differently. They fit so differently. And then coming out of surgery, I had gained like 7-8 pounds, but it's just all that fluid that they pump in you, during the swelling and stuff like that. But I just wasn't prepared for like how amazing I was going to feel and how thankful and how grateful I was. I wasn't prepared for loving myself like this. And that's going to sound weird, but I wasn't prepared for how much I actually was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I can really enjoy myself. I feel like I don't no longer have to try to hide and tuck in my stomach when I'm doing things, or if I lift up my arm, my stomach might hang out the bottom of my shirt. It's like all of that has gone away, and it just gives you a new sense of confidence, and it's just amazing. I really, really love where I am right now.
Did it happen instant, or did it take like some
Oh,
time for the swelling to go down, or was it like
um,
immediate?
so for me, it was immediate. And when I tell you, this is why it's so important to have a good relationship with or advocate for yourself. I told my doctor the day of surgery, I had already told her, like, I do not tolerate pain well. I don't tolerate pain well.
That's
So the day of surgery, I spoke with the PA. Her name is Shay. And I explained to her, I said, listen, I don't tolerate pain well. My doctor uses something called Exparel, okay, which is like a shot that they give you during your surgery it's supposed to last like 3 days or whatever for pain. And I kid you not, this was the least painful surgery. Now I've had four C-sections. This was the least painful one. And I was so afraid that incision from sternum to pubic bone was going to be the worst one. I was like, oh my gosh, that's going to hurt, because when you see it, it looks
like it hurt.
Yeah, it does. It does. But honestly, I was up and moving around, and that's the other thing. Like, you have to get up and move. You have to get up and move. It's a lot. It's easy because you're taking, like, I think my daughter had it set up on her clock to give me my pain medication, like clockwork. But it's easy when you're taking, especially pain medicine, because you're like laying down and stuff. It's easy to get into this, like, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to get up. But no, you want to get up. You want to move. You want to, just get that blood flowing. And I think after I got, I want to say it was like maybe 3 days after I came home, I was up and I was like cooking stuff, and I'm like, this is weird because everybody's talking about, oh, you're gonna be hunched over. I was not hunched over.
I've seen some like
yeah,
sweet home, sweet like they just be struggling.
No, my doctor was like, listen, when I do my surgery, she said, I don't want you hunched over. She said, I don't want you hunched over. I want you sitting upright. She said, because you don't want to try to heal like that. You're going to have your back's going to be hurting. It's just not a good way to heal. So I was up, I was standing up making food, and my husband was like on the phone, like, girl, you need to rest. You need to do this. Yeah. But for me, I was just like, I feel so good because after my VSG surgery, I did not feel like that. I did not feel like that. After my C-sections, I didn't feel like that. I was literally hunched over. But with this surgery, I was moving around. I felt good. And it's almost like, I don't know if it was the Exparel, and I tell everybody, if you can, because I know surgeons.
Y'all writing this stuff down, right? You need the Exparel. You need to make sure you get your rash medication for 3 months. Like, y'all do you taking notes? Take notes,
Exparel Exparel's gonna be your best friend. I don't care if they say, hey, you gotta pay for that extra. If they say it's extra, you better figure out a way to save up some money to pay for that medication, because it was just like, I felt great, and it almost tricked me into doing other stuff, like, oh, I feel good, I can go out, I can drive. No, you can't. Sit down. Go lay back down. You can't do that. Definitely have help too. If you're gonna have this surgery, definitely have help, because if it wasn't for my daughter here, especially, like, I would never tell anybody to just go get this surgery done and come home by themselves. Like, I see in some of the groups, people are like, oh, can I do it? I have a 3-year-old. Like, no, don't do it. Even though I had a great experience, it's definitely something that, you can get lightheaded at any minute, in the shower, like all types of stuff. Do not try to do it. Have help for at least 5 days, at least minimum 5 days, because you can't lift anything more than 10 pounds. So, and when you come home, you have your bandages as well. So you can't really get those like wet. My bandages, I couldn't really get them wet. I had to come back in a week. So even though my doctor was like, you can shower, but she was just like, I really don't want you like soaking your bandages. And the type of bandages I had, they were like waterproof. They didn't lift up or anything, but I was still very careful.
Did you get lymphatic massages?
So no. And the reason why, so listen, so people ask me, like, did you get lymphatic massages? Did you wear a faja? My doctor is 100% against fajas until the drains are removed.
Oh, I need to go see her.
Yeah.
I can't stand. That's one thing I was like, that just sounds so painful while you're healing, wearing this the most constricting thing possible, and you got to get it in. And that's one of the things I'm just like, I don't like wearing fajas and girdles now. Like, let's do this after I have stitches going all the way down. Like, that's just not happening. Okay, so you got to wait.
She doesn't like them. One, I didn't have to do lymphatic. Like, I could do my own lymphatic massage if I wanted to, but I didn't have. If I was to have liposuction, then definitely the lymphatic massages are important. But my doctor doesn't like binding you up. You know what I'm saying? They don't like doing the fajas and stuff like that, simply because she said that what studies have found is it causes necrosis of the skin and maybe the tissue, because when they cut you, they're cutting off like literally blood vessels and stuff like that. So when that blood can't connect, and you can end up having like dead parts of your skin, not not healing correctly. And I was just like, that isn't worth it. And my doctor was like, a faja does not make or break your results. Your surgeon does. And I was like, go girl, that's the truth. But this is the other thing. Once I got my bandages removed, I think it was like day 7. I went back into the office. They removed my bandages. They want you to start massaging your scar.
Okay.
Just like, not like something crazy, but start massaging your scar to start breaking up some of that scar tissue, because I was like, why is my stomach hard down here at the bottom? And she was like, that's where everything was like kind of like folded in. And she said, so you want to increase it in intensity, because you don't want to have like a hard scar, or so those were things that I had to learn. And I messed up because I didn't realize I was supposed to be doing that like several times a day. And
I cried. Like a once a week type of thing.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do a few minutes a day and be done. But I sent them a message. I said, man, my belly button is feeling really tight. Because
I was going to ask, do you still have a belly button? But yeah, you still
yes. Have. My doctor, she's like, I told her, I said, I haven't seen pictures of people who don't have belly buttons. She was like, why wouldn't they have a belly button? I was like, you're the surgeon. I don't know. I said, some doctors charge extra.
They'll charge extra for the belly button.
They do. It's crazy. And she's just like, no, your belly button's going to be great. And I like the concavity that it has. Like, she put everything like back the way I hadn't seen my belly button, because it had been folded over and skin and stuff like that. I didn't even know it's just supposed to just sit
how it's
there.
Supposed to look.
Yeah. There are some cases, like my aunt, she had the panty done, right? And they told her, oh, we might have to take your belly button in order to get the best result. And she was just like, I don't know. But then she was like, girl, y'all can take it if you need to. They didn't end up taking it. But I was on the same type of thing. Like, if y'all need to take it to get the best results, then go ahead.
Because I don't need it no more.
Yeah, I don't need it.
So now that you've gone through both surgeries, what does healing look like for you today?
I think that healing looks like for me today is just accepting all of me. Accepting all of me. Healing is more than a physical journey. It was definitely an emotional, a mental journey. Things that I still deal with, things that I'm currently dealing with now when it comes to like sometimes feeling guilty for eating foods again. And that's something else that I'm trying to work on, because you feel guilty for like eating stuff. But I think that for me, after all these surgeries, I want to say it's just like healing emotionally and mentally, understanding that, I really am a food addict. Like that's not going to change. I really am one. And I can say that, like, I am a food addict. I have an addiction, a problem with food. But that's a lifelong journey that I have to deal with, but I just started to realize that after the tummy tuck surgery, to actually see myself as like, hey girl, you actually did this. You've actually lost 140 pounds. That took a lot. A lot, because literally there was days where I couldn't see it. Like, still going into the plus size department over here. Like, I'm buying, like, the other day I had on a pair of underwear that was so big. My husband said I looked like I had a parachute on. Like trying to get out of, still trying to heal like some of the mental stuff. But it's strange, because I feel like I left that lady behind that was 309 pounds. Like, she's gone. Yeah, you still deal with your food addiction. But now that I've had the tummy tuck surgery, it's literally like they cut that girl away. They cut that big girl away. And now it's just like, okay, this is you. This is your work. This is what your hard work has got you to. And you can see it. And it's okay to feel good in your clothes. It's okay to say, you know what, I like the way I look. Like, I literally stand in the mirror sometimes, like, in shock. because I'm like, I can't believe this, you
You
know, like,
do.
yeah, I can't believe that this is me, even though I didn't even know she was underneath just 8 pounds of skin. I didn't know that. I literally didn't even know that I had a shape to my body. Literally, I did not know
Yeah.
that because I'm so used to, like, my shape was just round, like, barrel, and I didn't know that I actually had a
Now you
shape
got like
under
a
there. Yeah, and I was
yeah.
like, whoa, girl, that's been under
Without
there.
a girdle.
Yeah, that's been there this whole time. And so, yeah, healing has just definitely been a process of just, you know, discovering this new person and enjoying her, and literally getting rid of the thought that, like, girl, you're no longer you're no longer the 309 pound, 305 pound. I can't remember where I was. Same person, and it's okay to enjoy who you are. It's okay. It's okay. Like, that's just, it's okay to be me. It's okay to like what I see. And that's where it is.
It's okay to be me. I love that.
Yeah.
Take a second and sit with this. If this part feels familiar, you're not imagining it, and you're not the only one navigating it. If conversations like this matter to you, make sure you're subscribed so you can keep coming back to support that actually understands this journey. Remember, your journey is yours, but you are not alone. Let's jump back in.
What new habits or routines have helped you kind of stay grounded now since you're done with all this? We're done, right? Are you gonna let that
Yes.
do your arms or your
Nah.
thighs?
Nah. And you know what? I got big arms, but they're gonna stay big. They're
We
gonna
just
stay
gonna
big.
flap
Yeah,
on.
we're
We
gonna
gonna
flap
flap
on
on.
because I am done. I'm done. Honestly, just knowing the amount of work that has gone into everything to get the surgery approved, the tummy tuck, the VSG, all that other stuff, especially the tummy tuck, it's just like, I don't want to mess things up. If I don't want to mess things up. So, there's times where I am not the best at exercising. I try to take my dog out. I try to take her on a walk. She's just 70 pounds and she gets a little crazy sometimes, but that was my thing. Like, going, making sure that I'm getting physical movement, just making sure I'm doing something physical during the day. I don't care what it is. It's just got to be something physical during the day to make sure, because if not, one, it makes me feel I don't feel the same when I don't have, like, physical movement and I'm just laying around. I don't feel the same the next day. It actually makes me feel sore, or the next day. It's very strange. But I think it's just like making sure that I continue to move, making sure that when I do eat stuff, because, girl, I like to eat food and I have to work on that stuff. Like, no matter if it's just taking the dog for a walk, doing something with the kids, whatever, just making sure that I do something to balance it, kind of.
Well, how do you balance it? Like, balancing that confidence of, I made it, I did it, I'm here, but also that self-compassion on, it's okay if I'm not doing everything that I'm supposed to do on my checklist every day. How can you, like, balance that a little bit? Or how do you balance that?
It's difficult. I'm not even gonna lie. It really is. For me, it is difficult because I have so much going on. I have the kids, the smaller ones, that need constantly. I have my husband. I have to make a little time for myself. It just, you got to make the time, not leave it. You got to make it, because if I don't have time left over most days. I don't have time left over. I have to make the time to do something. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and walk around in the store. I'm gonna go and walk the dog, and there's times where there's some things I just can't do, like, because I have to make sure I'm physically moving. Because when I tell you, after I had this surgery, when I looked at the bill, was $181,000.
Good God.
Yeah, that's why I said, oh, I guess I'm not gonna be able to afford that. That's what was billed to my insurance.
Going to Mexico.
Yeah. That was billed to my insurance company, $181,000. But that stuff sticks in my head. Like, you just got $181,000 makeover, girl. You cannot.
Got to.
Yeah, you got to figure
be
something
a steward
out.
Of
exactly.
Our blessings.
Yeah, because that literally lives in my brain, like, constantly. Like, okay, you got the VSG surgery, but then you got this tummy tuck that they just billed your insurance $181,000 for. No matter how, even if the insurance says, okay, we're only paying $20,000, it's still $20,000 that didn't come out of my pocket.
For it. Yeah,
right. So I'm going to have to take good care of what I have.
And then the sacrifices that you've made for, your kids and everything during that time, like you made a lot of sacrifice. Everyone kind of, had to come in and help you and support you for this. So it's almost kind of like you don't want them to feel like, we did all of that, and here she is eating some chips.
Right. We did all that, and here she is blowing back up, Yeah. And that definitely is something that I keep in the back of my mind a lot, often. Like, you don't want to disappoint yourself. And then also when you lose weight, and like I said, like, you lose weight and you, like, the public sees you, people who see you, they have like this crazy expectation that or I actually put it on myself, this crazy expectation to not gain the weight back. It's not expectation, it's more like pressure. Because now it's just like everybody's seeing you lose weight, so you got to
told everybody.
I done told everybody.
I lost 175. I can't be like, well, actually, it's 160 now. Like you got to be like, nah, it's still 175.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's really another thing that's difficult is when you do lose weight, such a significant amount of weight, it feels like you're under a spotlight, and
to sustain it and keep it going.
Right, because for me, I look at it as like that's gonna be a public failure to me. I know that may not sound great, but to me, that's how I look at it. And it's not.
That's why I didn't announce it when I first got my surgery. I didn't announce about my surgery until I had already lost 100 pounds, and people was just like, "Is you sick?"
Yeah,
that was the only time I was like, "Okay, actually," because I was like that fear of not doing as well as everyone was expecting me to, or not losing as fast, and I just didn't want that pressure to like, how much you lost now? Like I didn't want to get those questions, so I really didn't want to tell anyone until I felt like I was almost done.
Right, that's how I was as well. I didn't tell anybody, like, as far as like my family knew, but the public, I didn't say anything until I want to say last year, the beginning of like. I want to say maybe April, May. And I had that surgery in 2023, June 2023. And I didn't tell anybody until almost a year afterwards. Because I was just like, nope, nobody's put, like, I didn't want that. I already had enough pressure because I was having complications and stuff. I already had enough, not pressure, enough things going on because I was having complications. I didn't want to add on, like, oh, what's going on with you? Like, nobody knew. Nobody knew. Nobody besides family and close friends. That's it. Because I just didn't want that. I didn't want that spotlight. I didn't want to have the public eye, the pressure of like, oh, she gonna lose it fast. Why isn't she losing it fast enough? Or she's losing it too fast. And
oh my gosh, if I hear someone say, "Oh, you're too small," I'm gonna punch them in the face. There's no such thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Especially because I still got skin.
Listen, when I tell you about the skin, like, you would not believe how much. Because I asked, I wanted to see it. I didn't want to see it like, I wanted you to show me a picture of the skin. I saw it and I was just like, oh, I was like,
my body.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it had like my stretch marks and everything on it. But I was just like, when she told me 7 pounds or almost 8 pounds, in my brain, it was just like, that's only 8 pounds. But then she showed me it, and on top of the fact, like, I could feel it. But then carrying 8 pounds is a lot, That skin removal was probably the best surgery.
This may be TMI, and I may cut this, but I just have to share. I did a staycation this weekend with my bestie, and we were at the Embassy Suites. I don't know who made this design choice. Whoever made the design choice, you're the devil. But there was a full body mirror right in front of the toilet. Don't know why. But as soon as I sat down, it's me staring at me and that stomach. And I was just like, well, damn.
Nah, bro.
After all of that, like, but it was like, okay, like, we still got stuff to do because.
That's
real. It was sweet. You wrong for that. You wrong for that. But
yeah, for real. For real, because that was one of like my aha moments. Literally, was seeing myself sitting down, and that's so crazy that you said that. But that was one of my moments too. Like literally, I was sitting down, and I looked up at myself, and I have a full-length mirror in my room, and it was like after I got out of the shower, which was crazy, and I was just like, what? That's me. And it was just like, oh, okay, yeah. A lot of my skin hanging down and, you know.
It's just laying in my lap.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this because as a woman, when we have this surgery, things that you haven't been able to see before, you're able to see now. And also because like I said, I had 5 babies. So I had 5 pregnancies. So I dealt with incontinence too, which is something, you know, like you laugh, sneeze. Yeah. You could tinkle on yourself. Plus I'm over 40. So those are some things that can happen. When I had my surgery, I don't know what they did, but I have not had that issue. With incontinence. It's
probably the muscle repair. Muscle repair probably.
Yeah, I have not had that issue at all with incontinence or anything like that. But you definitely see your body in parts that you haven't seen before. And because as far as for women go, when we have the tummy tuck, it lifts your girlfriend up too.
You're so, girl.
yeah. So your girlfriend gets a lift as well. So that was something I wasn't prepared for, honestly, because they don't really talk to you about your girlfriend getting a lift as well. And when you go to the bathroom for the first time and you might have like spray going places because of the lift. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just, until you get used to it, you're just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you used to just sitting down. Like, now you got to have an angle now.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, but yeah, my doc, I'm telling you, she was great. She did tell me that there was going to be like a slight lift, but I wasn't prepared for that. Yeah, she told me the day of surgery, so it wasn't
not the day of. Yeah. Like, before we get started, by the way.
Yeah. But that's definitely something that as a woman you want to keep that in mind when you have a tummy tuck, or I'm not sure about like the panty. I'm not sure how that goes and how, you know, the procedure there, but the tummy tuck, they definitely go on pull and so just prepare to see your body, your whole body. Yeah.
So what message do you want to give to someone considering skin removal after bariatric surgery?
Just make sure that you are at the weight that you want to be at. Make sure you're at your goal weight and do your research for your surgeon. Do your research for your recovery as well. And go for it. If you can do it, go for it. If you can do it, I don't care if it's insurance paid or if it's out of pocket. If you can do it, do it. Because
go to Mexico. Find a good one, but go to Mexico.
yeah, for real. Because it definitely is life-changing. It's life-changing. You losing the weight was already hard and you did the work on that, and this is definitely life-changing. You thought that losing weight was life-changing. baby, when you see your body and you no longer have that, that skin there that was maybe you get tucked into your pants or whatever, it's going to change your life and you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel my confidence level has gone through the roof at times. Sometimes I'm like, oh, girl, tone it down. You don't have to get dressed up to go to Walmart.
Look, you got to spend it. You got to make sure you show off this $181,000 body now.
Yes. But I mean, like, if you can do it, definitely do it. Make sure that you do have help. Please have help with you. I see so many women in these groups asking if they can do this by themselves. You do not do that. Do not do it. Have some help. Even if it's only for 3 to 5 days, just have some help, because
I almost want to go. Look now, because you're making me think I'm really getting this done now. But like, you know, the ones where it's like almost like a vacation house and they have staff there your first week or so. Like that sounds like perfect. So I don't have to worry about my kids. They have a house. I could just be
recovery.
and recover.
They call them recovery houses. They have a lot of them. Of course, here in Florida, they have a ton of them. But like, it's definitely something that you want to have a great support system on your side, to get done. You want to have somebody there who's going to be able to help you bathe if you need it, make sure that you're taking your medications on time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do your research. I'm
thinking about it more and more. I really am. Everyone's going to be like, she was saying no at the beginning of this podcast.
I did too.
Like, 2 seasons later, I might change my mind. By season 3, we might really be doing something.
I did too. I was like, I'm not going under the knife again. I'm not doing it. I told myself that. I was like, I'm not doing it. And then, like I said, when I saw myself.
But you're putting in perspective, because it's kind of like, I've lost 175 pounds and I still, when I look at myself, I still feel like I'm not done. And I think it is the stomach. Like it's still there. It still has to be sometimes with the girdles, like, and I'm an extra large with it. I think I will really probably be down to probably a medium without it. Cause my doctor said I have 15 pounds of extra skin.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
and listen,
I might be under 200 after that. Look at that.
Yeah. Listen, for real. Like I think that it is definitely one of those surgeries that, like you said, it was almost like, this is the icing on the cake. This is the finale. This is it. I'm not going, like, some people are like, oh, they go for their arms, they go for their legs. I don't care if my arms is bat wings forever. My legs, they are what they are. It was something about that stomach area.
The midge.
Yeah. And I think just because, like, to me, it was, my eyes always were drawn to that part of my body.
And I have like a fupa. So every dress, even the ones that were big on me, like they were bigger than my actual size, you still see fupa right there. It's just kind of like, it's not here. It's time to get rid of her. Time to go.
Girl, you might want to check it out.
I'm telling you, I'm going to look into your doctor though. I'm calling my insurance tomorrow. To see what I need to do. Yeah. That conversation might decide if I go to Tampa or Mexico. Right. All right, one last thing before we go. We do this at the end of every episode. Would you love to share with us your my journey, my business moment? So what is something you do that may be against status quo or the rule book, but it's something that you can enjoy to help your journey just a little bit better? And it's your journey, so it's your business.
Girl, I stand in front of my mirror naked sometimes and just talk to myself. And I don't care. I will stand in front of that mirror and talk to myself naked and admire everything and look at my scars and rub them and feel them. And, that's just what I do. And it keeps me, it's a great reminder to, stay the course, keep going, to maintain, because God, I do not want to lose another pound. I do not want to lose any more weight. I'm perfectly happy where I am. But I think just admiring who I am right now, admiring the physical body along with the mental. It's just like, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, girl, you got this. You know.
And you did it at an age where it's like you still have time to just enjoy life and enjoy your body. And no one looking at you crazy if you are wearing a 2-piece. Like,
girl, right. And I was wearing a 2-piece before I even had all this thing going. But now it's just like, oh, okay. Yeah. I like that. I like just standing in the mirror sometimes just naked and just looking at my body and being like, girl, you came a long way. You came a long way. Yes.
You did that. And it's not vain. It's self-love.
It is, exactly.
All right, Crystal, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so glad we got to talk and check in with you. Tell the audience where we can follow you and continue to look at your journey.
It's VSG Chrissy, and that's where I'm going to actually start dedicating more of my time for the entire journey, because it's not just VSG doesn't just end with waking up off the surgery table. This is a lifelong thing. The tummy tuck was an amazing part of the journey, but VSG surgery, food addiction, that's all
your content on food addiction is spot on. It's really good because hi, my name is Shatoya and I'm a food addict. How are you?
Yeah. Right.
We need AA meetings.
Right. People don't they see the food addiction, they don't, because you eat food to sustain life. People don't understand that you can actually have an addiction.
Cold turkey.
Yeah. You actually can have an addiction.
Turkey food.
Right.
Well, thank you so much, Chrissy, and I'm sure you will be back on again. I appreciate you.
Yeah, listen, my husband says all the time, he's like, they need to have the husbands on to deal with these wives who got new bodies.
You know what? I am working. I want to do a couples episode where we have multiple VSG couples. So now I'm putting you down. So be on the lookout. We're gonna do a couples. We're gonna do a couples edition. That might be like a Valentine's Day special or something.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that will work. I'm excited. See, she'll be back, y'all. She'll be back.
Oh, it was so nice to be here. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yay! We're done.
This episode may end here, but the journey doesn't. Parallel Paths is the Bariatric Paths membership for people who want continued support, real conversations, and connection beyond the podcast. If that sounds like what you need right now, go to www.bariatricpaths.com and see if the community feels like the next right step for you. Remember, your journey is yours, but you are not alone. Go out there and crush it. Bye. This podcast is for support and inspiration only. It is not medical advice. Always talk to your doctor or care team about what's right for you.